Hello everyone and welcome on back to Smart Dash Auto Repair. Today we are working on again a 2009 Honda Odyssey. We are going to be replacing the CV axle, the passenger side, so stay tuned. Here we go. So first things first, you want to put it on jack stands, which I got here, and the jack is there just in case. You want to take the wheel off, which is a 22. You can see I've already done the majority of the work because this is a very simple job. It's nothing too crazy. The manual states a couple things that really you don't even have to do, so I'm going to give you some shortcuts. So basically, you want to take the wheel off. 22 is the lug nut size. Pop that off real quick, easy peasy. At that point, you'll be able to see and access the entire knuckle. From there, you want to take off this axle nut. You very well might see a little pin or a little divot, if you will, on it. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. Let's see. All right, so basically there's a little indent right there, and that's what you hammer into the axle itself to keep it from turning. A lot of times you'll see like a little cotter pin or something, but with these you just, put a little pinpoint into that little axle nut, and that kind of holds it in place and keeps it from rotating. So that part's very important when you come to the installation process. But for the removal process, you just get a 36-inch socket. You get this at any AutoZone online or whatever. You can rent them at AutoZone for free, and then you can just return it back. But they're only 20 bucks, so I typically keep them on hand just in case because I do so much of these. So you take off the 36, which is right there. At that point, after you take it off, the axle nut is loose. Now, the next point is that the manual states that you need to take off the lower ball joint. Don't do that. You want to take off the top strut bolts. There are two of them. It's also 22 mil. After you take that off, then you can remove the knuckle. I have it in place just because I already have the axle out. But basically, once you remove these two bolts right here, you can move the knuckle freely. At that point, you can wiggle the axle out, the axle boot shaft out itself, and then we're going to focus on the other side. So first and foremost, here's the new axle. This basically goes into an intermediate shaft on the transmission itself, so it just literally slides in. So the manual states that you need to knock out the exhaust in order to pop this out, but you really don't. You're just going to stick a pry bar in on this side while inside the car, bust it out, and then reinstall the new one. So stay tuned. I'm going to bust that out real quick. All right, so when you're down here, you just want to get a flathead, something strong, and go in between the exhaust, and then you just tap it out with a hammer. All right, and after you tap it out, basically you just pull it out, and there you have it. Now you just put the new one in, tighten everything back up, call it a day. Dash Auto.